since I've done like a book video. I think it hasn't been that long. Maybe it's been like 2 months. Yeah, that feels like it. Okay, anyways, actually it's been a while since I've actually posted a real video, and today I thought what video would be better than to do all the books I read in 2025. My goal was to read 72 books. I read 17. Okay, I'm actually proud of myself because I've been in a slump this entire year. So, me reading 17 books is actually an achievement because I thought I read like 6. If I'm being honest, I thought I read 6. Okay. Anyways, I read a lot of 5 stars this year, which I'm really proud of. Last year was me getting back into my reading era, and all of the books there were 5 stars, but now that I've really thought about the plots, and now that I can compare them to these books, I think they go lower. Okay, so I'm going according to my book tracker list, and I can barely see. Okay, first we have The Courtesy of Cupid by Nashe Jones. I hope I'm pronouncing these surnames, these names right, because I am bad at pronouncing names. I'm bad at remembering names. I'm bad at everything that has to do with the word name. I rated this a 5 stars. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is the first book I actually read where I started going into like the Korean culture, the Asian culture and stuff like that, and I absolutely loved when they brought up Korean dishes, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to try this. Oh my gosh, I need to try this. That's just how obsessed I was with the book. And every time the Korean character, I forgot his name, I think it was Kim or something, J something Kim, but every time he was there, I was just so happy because he's Korean, and I was like, oh my gosh, now I'm gonna learn about some more Korean stuff. And it was so like cute, and I love this book. I think I didn't read it that long ago. I think I read it in like March something, and it was March is too far. I think I read it in like August, but I definitely recommend you read that book because I absolutely loved it. I devoured it. I didn't really devour it, but I know I read it in less than a week. Okay, so next up on my list, I can barely see is I feel like Ariana Grande is in there. Okay, so it's Meet Me at Wonderland by Julia de Villiers. I rated this book a 5 stars. Now that I'm thinking about it, I rated a 6.5 stars. That book was amazing. It has consumed my thoughts since like forever. And like, you know when you're that obsessed with a book, and every time you look at you could be looking at a coffee mug and you're like, oh my gosh, this reminds me of that one scene in this book where she spilled hot coffee on top of her notebook or something like that. That's how I am. That's how I was, and that's how I am till today about this book. It has consumed my thoughts, my mind, everything. I'm thinking about it 24/7. That oh my gosh, that's how good this book was, and it was just released this year. I read it maybe 2 to 3 days after it was released, and I had been waiting for like almost a year to read it, and then it finally came out. I was like, yay! And it was definitely worth it. It was even more worth it. And I read it with my sister, but she did not finish it, and I ended up telling her the whole ending, so she's not gonna finish it anymore. But it's okay. Like, oh gosh, I can barely see anything. Okay, next up is The Matchmaker Summer by Annie Rains, I think. Either Anna Rains or Annie Rains. I rated this. Oh, look at that. It's also 5 stars. Okay, I think I just have an obsession. Any book I read, I'll rate it 5 stars. But this book was so good. If this book had no real plot except that they were trying to break down the FMC's parents. Oh wait, the FMC's mom and her stepfather, because basically the stepfather's mother was sick and then they had to move and stuff like that. But then other than that, there was no plot. It was just well, the reversed parent trap, I guess. And it's a good book, okay? So basically, this is what I like saying to my sister all the time. I'm like, this book is a good book if you were to read it. Like, it's a good book to finish in one go. She's like, no, it doesn't have any plot, so how are you gonna finish it in one sitting? And literally, books with no plots are books you can finish in one sitting, because there are some moments in a book where you just have to take a deep breath and put the book down, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what just happened? And you feel that secondhand embarrassment or that anger or that confusion, and you just start oh my gosh, and you just start questioning if your life even means anything. I've never even thought that, but like I wish to feel that. And yeah, that's why I rated it 5 stars. I mean, it was a good book. It's time to spill some tea here. Okay, so basically what happened is that I read it in February. It's in my February February reads and video, and I mentioned that I read it, but no, I did read it, but it was basically I read the beginning to like maybe I would say the middle of the book, or just be right before the middle, because I didn't see a plot twist. And then after that, wait, now that I'm thinking how this author followed the 3-act structure. But wait, after that, I skipped pages and went to the last page, and I read the last page, and then I put it in my video, and I was like, 5 stars, y'all, 5 stars. I reread it, by the way. I'm telling the truth this time. Read the book. Okay, so next is The Wish Switch by Lynn Painter. This was her debut middle grade novel, and it's a fantasy. It's a fantasy, okay? So my sister she loves Lynn Painter. How many times have I mentioned my sister in this book vlog? In this book video? I think it's all about her now. But my sister loves to read Lynn Painter, and she read Better Than the Movies, and she read The Do-Over, which is basically a semi-fantasy, and she really liked it. So The Wish Switch wasn't that great of a fantasy. It was just basically about leprechauns. Although they're not leprechauns in the story, they're Fae Lords, but still they're leprechauns. They just giant leprechauns, and there was nothing other than that was I almost said fantastic. That was fantasy, but the book was really good. The plot in the beginning was good, and then we got to the ending, and the ending was just, I actually think I cried in this ending. I'm not gonna lie, I actually think I cried, because it was just going so well, and then I was hit with a bombshell, and I cried, and I forced myself to finish this book. Like, even thinking about it, it's making me angry. That is why I rated it 4 stars, because minus the 1 star, and we're rating it 4 stars because you made me angry. And ooh, guys, you won't believe what is next. Actually, maybe you will believe what is next, because I've never really talked about this book on my channel, and now I'm gonna talk about every single book I read on my channel starting next year. I promise. I don't actually promise, but I promise. Everything I Know About You by Barbara D. I went into this book blindly, not reading the summary, not reading anything, but I trusted it because it was Barbara D. I kind of liked her writing. It was okay until I started this book, until I found you. It's basically them going to this little what's this, school trip in Washington or something, and basically all they were doing in the book was body shaming. Oh my gosh. All they were doing in this book was body shaming people, and that's all I was seeing, because they got to the hotel. She found, spoilers, guys, I'll tell you where to skip, but they got into the hotel room. She found out she was rooming with her enemy, and every time she's with her enemy, she's like, I can see every single bone in her spine. That's how thin she was. Oh, and the next thing we know, the mean girl is body shaming the MMC. Oh my gosh, the main character, and she wasn't really body shaming. She was talking sense into her, because the main character thinks she's the main character, but actually she's not the main character, and you get the point. But all I was seeing was body shaming and stuff like that, and then they found out she had eating disorder and stuff like that. And now I'm saying stuff like that a lot. But anyways, this book, it was a 3 star, just because I liked the writing, and it was Barbara D. And yeah, it was a 3 stars, but I think it was supposed to be a 1. I don't know if I was writing this while I was tired or bored or something, but definitely would not recommend unless you unless you like reading about people body shaming people. Okay, so this is the next read. I can't see. Oh my gosh, I don't think I want to say this one. Okay, fine. I'm such a gatekeeper. Okay, so it's The False Prince by Jennifer A. Nelson, and I rated this book, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 10 stars. Oh my, I can't even start with this book. I read the first 50-60 pages and I didn't like it, so I DNF'd it. And then my sister, because of course it's my sister, who else could it be, read it, and she was like, oh my gosh, this is so nice. So of course I had to beat her to reading it, and then I read it, and it was good. The ending was good. I can't wait to finish the whole series. Don't finish it without me picking. But I loved this book. It was a 10-star read. I cannot start. I love Sage with my whole heart. Not my whole heart. But I love Sage, and I love Mods. Mods was just, I can't say he was funny because he wasn't funny, but Mod was so sweet, and he's always talking sense into Sage. He's one of those side characters, the best friend, yeah. that's the vibe he was giving. And I had a lot of these favorite characters there. Oh my gosh, this book was so good, and I'm gonna keep rambling about it forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Okay, next is Agatha Oddly by I cannot see the author's name. Something Lena Jones. Okay, you can tell that I'm now going into my bored stage and I don't know what to read. That's what was going on. I read Agatha Oddly because it was like a good detective book, and I've never really read a mystery that's really about a detective, so I read it. It was good except for the fact that I knew who the villain was the whole time and it wasn't really a mystery. I wanted to actually try and I wanted it to be piece in piece, the story to be in pieces, and you have to try and piece together who the villain is. And I just keep on pointing fingers. I'm like, this one's definitely the villain. This one's definitely the villain. This one's definitely the villain. That's how I wanted it to feel. But we knew who the villain was the entire time. Like, come on. It was a good book after all. I don't have anything bad to say about it, and I don't have anything good to say about it. Wait, I can't say this one because it's a huge spoiler in the book. I'm sorry, I'm tired. It's currently 23 minutes past 11 and I need sleep and I need to record some more videos and I'm tired. But let's move on. Parked. I'll insert the other name because I cannot see in the dark. Parked was that's how it was in the beginning. It was like, yes, queen, yes, queen. Okay, that's actually, it was like, okay, yeah. This one I wasn't going to blindly, so oh my gosh. I wasn't going into it blindly, so I knew what was gonna happen, which discouraged me to read the book. But I liked it, except for the mother. I don't like the mother. Oh my gosh. I know it's like your typical mom, and she had a reason to do whatever she was doing. But I mean, after all, it's a book, and I have the right to hate and love whichever character I pick. I could love the villain. See, like in another book I read, but that's not for this year's video, is it? Anyways, I'm rambling again. Parked was a good book, but just not for me. I loved, what was his name? I forgot it. It was Cove. It was Cal. It was Cal. I'm so good with names, y'all. I'm so good with names. Anyways, it was Cal, and I loved Cal. I didn't like the main character. Her name was Jean Ann, and I didn't really like that book, but it was okay read to get me past the book, and I'm glad I didn't DNF it because I think the books I DNF'd are more than my TBR. I mean, the books I've read. But that's okay. That's okay. Anyways, this is my next read. Okay, we're gonna speed this up because I found out that was almost 20 minutes long. But I read A Little Taste of Poison. there's a funny story behind this. Okay, I've seen A Pocket Full of Murder, okay, but it's like, this book looks boring, I'm not gonna read this. Instead, I'm gonna read A Little Taste of Poison. I read the book and nothing's coming together. Like, I don't know what these Moshites are. I think that's how you pronounce it. Please tell me if I'm wrong, but I don't know. And it was all good until I reached the ending of the book, and there's a massive cliffhanger. And then after that, I researched the book, because that's what I do. I search for book fan art when I'm done, and I search for the quotes when I'm done, and that's what I do. And then I find out that I've been reading the second book this whole time, and there's a first book, so I don't know if there's a third book or fourth book or something like that. But I'm so angry. This book was the best book I have ever read. It wasn't the best book I've ever read in my entire life, but it was a good book. I loved it. It's a 5-star read. I love Esmond. I loved Eric. I didn't love him as a character, but I loved him as a character in the book. Wait, I didn't love him as a character in the book, but I loved him as a character. Yeah, that sounds better. That's why this book was a 5-star. Like, don't make the same mistake as me and read A Pocket Full of Murder first. I don't think I'm gonna read it this year though, and maybe it's gonna be my 2026 TBR, but I don't know. I don't think I'm really feeling it. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I need to talk about this book. It's The Second Viridora Slap by Colleen Oakes. I think this is her middle grade debut. And I'm reading so many authors' middle grade debuts this year, and it's just bad. Guys, please. Okay, this is my opinion, okay? But the debuts are just, oh no. I read it and it was so good, until before I finish, I avoid spoilers, like, I don't know what, but I'm always dodging them, and now I feel like I'm just spoiling the whole thing for you. But when we got to the ending of the book, I felt like it was just super let me put this straight. It wasn't the book's plot, okay? It was the character. The character was dumb. The character was a dumb character. Yes, the character was how old? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, those ages. but she was a dumb character. I feel like dumb is the wrong word for this, but I can't find another word because I'm so tired. But oh my gosh, it made me so angry, and I couldn't get through the book. I was so excited to read this. I looked for it for ages until I found out that it hadn't even been released yet. And then when it was released, I was so excited to read it. I read it immediately. It was horrible, guys. I think I gave it a 3 stars, but now I'm changing my mind and I'm giving it a 2 stars. Because now everything that happened is finally going into my brain, and now I'm realizing why I didn't like the book in the first place. Okay, I forgot what I was saying, so let's just move on to the next book. This video is getting too long, and I have to release it. Okay, I'm gonna laugh at future me. Wait, future me is gonna laugh at past me, which is present me right now, because I have to post this video tomorrow, which is the 23rd of December, and this is 25. It's gonna be 30 minutes. Okay, it's 11:30. I have to film tomorrow morning. I have to film today. I have to try and film today. My phone is 13%. I'm trying, okay? I'm trying for you guys. And my goal is to post every single day this week. So I'm doing a mini vlogmas for you guys, except that it's gonna be from the 23rd of December or from the 24th. I'm gonna do a New Year's vlog year. I don't know what to call it, but that's basically what. The next book is am I done? The next book is Goodbye Stranger by Rebecca Steed, and I read that book in February, I think. That book was I think I read that before my birthday. But yeah, that book was a great book. I love the book. I'm not lying this time. I actually love the book, and I didn't just skip pages, okay? In the beginning of the year, I was just skipping pages. But trust me, I do not skip pages. It was good. Also, it was the first time I was reading about Halloween. It was fun too. So basically, when the girl was like, I don't know how old, she got hit by a car or something like that, and she almost died, but she's a survivor. It was a 4-star book, and the reason why I removed the other show was because of the bread scene. I don't know why I'm laughing. I am disgusted. Ew. But it was because of the bread scene. That's all I'm gonna say. Because I'm not a spoiler, okay? I'm not a spoiler. I'm not. Seriously, I'm not. Anyways, that was the last book. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Promise I won't disappear again. I don't promise. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed my 30-minute video of me ranting about almost all the books I read in 2025. I'm gonna do my 2026 TBR soon, so stay tuned for that. Love you guys so much. Goodbye.